The government spectrum policy is skewed and disruptive. That's the message coming straight from Vodafone, the country's second largest mobile phone operator. In an exclusive chat with your channel, the India head of the British telecom giant, Marten Pieters, says that the government should have accepted industry regulator TRAI's recommendations to ensure business continuity. Pieters admits that 3G has not taken off well in India, but squarely blames the government's spectrum policy for that.
According to him, there are one too many players in the Indian mobile telephony space, and consolidation is the only way forward. More importantly, the acute shortage of quality spectrum could spoil the Modi government's Digital India plan.
I think in general we have to say that there are too many operators in India. That's also why there is not enough spectrum for the big operators, because it's all being consumed suboptimally. So over time, only consolidation can resolve this. Is there enough pricing power? We have seen prices going up in 2013. It is now more stable, but I'm sure that over time consumers are willing to pay for a better quality service. What you see today is that the quality of the service is deteriorating because the volumes are enormously increasing. Our data volume has gone up 200% in a few years, and we didn't get additional spectrum.
Do you think that going forward, is there enough policy support really to push data growth, given that spectrum continues to be a huge constraint?
We of course are very supportive of the Digital India agenda of the government. That is I think really good news for India, but to make it happen it is very clear that we would need a lot more spectrum. Even if you take Vodafone, we only have 3G spectrum in half the country, and even where we have spectrum it is already very much capacity constrained. So the issue is that if the government wants this to move forward and to get to far more broadband connections, we will have to get more data spectrum. And as you know, that the regulator, the TRAI, has come out with a very good set of recommendations how that could happen. So let's hope that the government does the right thing there.
We talked about 3G, we talked about how 3G spectrum, there are no pan-India operators in 3G, but at this stage there seems to be no visibility of when the next round of 3G auctions, if at all, they will take place. And how do you think, how big a dent do you think that is going to be for the sector?
We have always asked for not just a 3G auction, but an auction where there is ample spectrum available in 2G, 3G and 4G bands.
What the government is really looking at this stage, somewhere around February 2015. But at this stage, the contours that are being discussed could actually be hugely negative for the sector, given that most of the spectrum that is really coming up for auction is just renewal. And in some sense, that could really be a body blow to the sector.
It can be extremely disruptive for some operators. There are 4 operators that in altogether 11 circles have spectrum up for sale and actually no fallback spectrum. In the last spectrum auction, if you would lose your existing spectrum, there was enough new spectrum available to be able to buy other spectrum. We are now in a situation that in many circles there is absolutely not enough new spectrum available, which means that you have to at any price buy back your existing spectrum or you will lose the business. Now that's a really disruptive scenario.
Do you think that there has to be some intervention probably at the Prime Minister's office level to be able to resolve this? Because you're just talking a couple of months away from a scenario which could really be hugely disruptive for the sector.
Well, I hope that the government sees this. Adding more debt to the balance sheet of the telecom operators will in the end also add more NPAs to the banks. It will lead to disruption for customers. It will reduce the investment of rollout of networks.
Would you look at approaching courts, or do you think resolving this through a dialogue with the PMO? What do you think is the correct way to address this issue of spectrum availability?
Well, the first address for us is of course DOT, the Ministry of Telecom.
Right.
But I'm sure, like we have done in the past, if we don't get an answer in the end, we might have to escalate it.
Escalate it and probably explore all legal and other options as well.
Well, let's first say that of course we would like to know that then the government is fully aware of it, which means that yes, you could write to the Prime Minister's office and then see what kind of relief you could get after that. But it's a very serious issue.
In your assessment, that the regulator
to know that
and the DOT seems to be on two ends of the debate as far as all these policy issues are concerned.
Yeah, that is very sad because I've worked in many countries, and in most countries the Ministry of Telecom is there to support the telecom industry. So they should not take a position no matter what it is and what it does to the industry. They should support the industry, and this auction, if not more spectrum comes available, will harm the industry.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.